How many of you understand the power of consistency in trading? Consistency and focus. How many of you understand what it means to be consistent and focused in trading? You sure? You guys sure? Okay. So before I get to ask you guys question, let's go back into the market. All right. So what am I thinking right now? What am I thinking right now? What am I thinking right now? So gold. So gold is consolidating at the moment. All right. So we have some bullish structures here, broke down below. Okay. So it's back into the consolidation. So if gold breaks this structure, then I think gold is going to sell through the course of the day. All right, because there is a structure here right now. The market is actually neither bearish nor bullish. Okay, it's actually in an a little less in discount mode. All right, can you guys hear me? Okay, hope I'm not breaking. Okay, a little in discount. So we have some. So let me go into, yeah. So this is gold. So let me show you what's happening on gold. So I told you guys gold is going to buy here. Okay, so gold is on a swing buy. This is actually an area I wanted gold to buy. Hit that area, confidently moved. Okay, so me, I think it's still on this bullish structure. But what is rejecting right now, gold, okay, gold is rejecting this region. And if you look at this region very well, all right, who can tell me where this region at this moment, what it looks like right now, this region I am in right now? What do you think this region is? Who can tell me on the chat? The region is rejected. Who can tell me on the chat? Just type on the chat. Are you guys me? You guys can hear me, right? Yeah, this region of resistance, what do you think it is? If you're looking at the scale of the range, where it's coming from, where it hits. Okay. This is, yeah, it's a region of resistance, but at the same time, it's 50%, all right, psychological area. If you look at the FIB, if I'm drawing a FIB level, you're going to find that that area is most likely, all right, what you guys see is the 50% area. I told you 50% and 61.8 happens to be very, very, strong reflection area, all right, reaction areas in the market, mostly when it aligns with previous liquidity areas. So if you look at this split right now, there's a high level of volume, all right, in rejection, okay, on the rooftop, while also this level, okay, there's a high level of volume on the wall. So this area is reacting again. Okay. So one of the things I can tell you to continue this, so this was money made on this area. So I was actually thinking of market hitting this area. So gold is still in this bullish run. Okay. But if it has to change, so if it has to sell, so I'm going to tell you there's going to be a sell. Okay. At the same time, there's going to be a buy opportunity on gold. If this is the only thing you're looking at for, all right, because there's good opportunity for the sell, there's good opportunity for the buy, but you have to pay attention. So what am I going to do in gold? Okay. So if you look here right now, there is a high. All right. If you look here right now, this is the low that created this high. Or you could literally say, okay, there was a high here. This is the low, but it's a wick, it's a buy candle. All right. I could tell you this, when the market breaks below this, okay, it is changing the bearish structure. That is going to be a change of character and a break of structure, which will in turn, all right, turn the market back into what? The bearish state. So that is where I'm going to sell gold. If gold breaks below this area, okay, I'm going to start looking out for a sell. So I'm going to look out for a break, okay, and a retest of structure. Then I'm going to start selling down. That's what I'm going to be looking out for on gold today, okay? Does this make sense? Put sense in the chat. So that's going to be my outlook on gold today. So for Snipe, I'm just going to wait out for gold closing on closing on, that is closing on below the structure. So if you close below the structure, all right, I'm going to be selling gold to this area. Okay, I'm not going to be greedy. So that is what I'm going to look out for on gold. So when gold closes, it's snipe. If it's sniping below this, fine, but I'm going to wait for it to snipe below structure and I'm going to sell. This is going to be the risk, okay, above swing high. Then I'm going to target the reason it's good is because it's one-to-one, just like we had on S&P 500 yesterday. Okay, so this is what I'm going to look out for on gold. Now, that is for the sell. If it decides to buy, which is still has that opportunity because it's in a consolidated state right now, okay? So the market has to break above structure because it created a consolidated state. So this is where I'm going to buy this market, okay, and I'm going to take it to the previous high. So that is about gold, okay. Gold has to break above the structure on the 15 minute, okay, and I'm going to take it high. So this is my, so high will be the previous day. Let me take this out. The previous day high should be, let's see. The previous day high is not really, there's not really much. There's going to be a conflict of the because this is actually the previous day high. Okay, but I'm going to be as rigid, okay, to play. So it means I'm going to be more, I'm going to be looking more into the sell on snipe based on the potential. The potential for the previous, this is actually the previous day high because it's consolidating. So if it breaks above that consolidation, I will not target the next day, which brings market to, all right, this high. So this is going to be my outlook on gold. Okay, breaks above, I'm going to be targeting the next day high. That's the day before. Yes. Okay, so this is gold. I'm going to send, I'm going to send chat on the Telegram channel. Okay, so now that is out of the way, hold on, let's see. This is alarm. Let me bring the alarm here and bring the alarm here. So I always use alarm for my entries, for my areas of entries, because you do not stay in the market, you do not watch the market, but alarm can actually notify you, all right, what's happening in the market. So for S&P 500, this is quite a good area where it is right now. Now, so you guys understand, okay, I want to show you guys something. I gave you guys an S&P 500 trade. S&P 500 is on a swing level. So all of these areas, okay, they are sell areas. Okay, market breaks below this right now. It's actually going into a very, very strong sell. Okay, so yeah, except the market breaks above this, okay, I'm going to be looking for strong buys. But right about now, this is actually an area. It's back into a reflect. Maybe S&P 500 is going to be consolidating over the next couple of days. But if it breaks below this area, we might see some major push. Okay, so I'm going to watch out for this break of structure because market is already creating what a bearish move. Okay, so I'm just going to wait out for this break of structure. If it snipes, is a good trade for a sell. Okay, so that is S&P 500. When it snipes below, okay, it doesn't have a bad risk. Okay, we can now target the previous day low, which is, I think the previous day low is here. Yeah, that is about a good trade if it snipes below. So this is S&P 500. We crushed this yesterday. Let me make this clean. And if it breaks above, it's going to be a continuation of a bullish run. So let me just, yeah, though the potential is not much, but if it breaks above this area, we might be looking at a buy. Okay, that is yeah, this structure. Hold on. Okay, it's tempting though. Yes, the market is bullish. Mm, okay, so there is a break of structure. Yeah, okay, this is if it breaks above this area, that is a buy. That's a buy. So we're trapped in the only fear, or the only, what I'll call it, is it a fear? Concern based on snipe properties or snipe characteristics. When you buy, you want to see one-to-one on the buy side. Okay. But this market, because of the way it looks right now, okay, you can actually, I think this is the previous day high. Let's see. The market is consolidating on the daily. Yes, this is present candle. This is okay. It's price is here, right? This is actually the previous day high, but this kind of broke above. So even if you want to take extensively this, all right, but presently right now, market is actually below. So this is supposed to be the previous day high. Okay, and if you're looking at that critically, okay, you will see that your margin for the buy target is actually very low, very small. So hence, it's now going to be tough. The buy side is going to be tough. So, but the sell side is more appealing. The sell side is appealing compared to the buy side. The buy side has to do a lot of work. So because the buy side is not enough, one of the things I'm just going to do on S&P 500, if this market breaks above, retest this, I'm going to go with this price action. Okay, so I'm going to be patient on the buy, okay, but actually enthusiastic about the sell. Does that make sense? All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be patient for the buy. So buy, yes, if buy breaks, it's going to be, the market is bullish. But because of the potential, I'm going to be patient. So if I get in on this trade, I'm going to, if you look at this right now, this is not even up to 1 to 9, 1 to 0.9. This is 1 to 0.5. This is supposed to be a target out because there's a lot of liquidity rejection, volume rejection here. So that might actually still affect market. Depends on the momentum. But one thing I can say, if market breaks above this high, we're going to have a very, very strong bullish move. Okay, very strong bullish move. So that's why I want to be patient for the buy. Okay. Let me see price structures break before I'm going to start entering. That way I'm on freedom way. Does that make sense? Okay, so that is about S&P 500. So this is my outlook for S&P 500. It breaks. All right. But if you feel like, oh, I trust it wants to move, okay, you could actually go as far to this area. All right, but I won't be enthusiastic towards that because of the way it looks right now. So, but that is actually a buy point. But if you want to risk it, this should be your target out. It means you can target this previous high. It's not a bad one. All right. That's it. Slightly above that previous high. Okay, so that's my outlook on S&P 500. I'll send it in the group. If you guys have any question, you can ask. Okay, so we move to Euro USD. It's bearish. Okay, because it has changed character. So a snipe is actually going to give it away. All right, snipe back to this level. I think the previous days, yeah. Yeah, previous days here though. So it's actually in a state of rejection. This was a rejection, this was a rejection. So the previous day is this low, not much of previous days, previous high is this, previous days low. So actually very, very poor candle. Okay. So I think market is in a place of rejection. Okay. So this is a discount point, this is a discount point, this is a discount point. Highest market falls here. So all these are discount points from where the market is on discount. So it means the pressure may not actually, it's going to be bumpy. Okay. So if you're looking at previous day low, this is previous day low. You don't want to invest for the previous day low. Okay. And even if the market decides to break above, okay, it has to change character before I'll buy. I'll buy to the previous. So I'm going to be patient on Euro USD. If I'm seeing what it is right now, okay. So market came this low. This is a change. The market has to change character. It means for me to buy, it has to change character. For me to sell, okay, it doesn't really have potential to the previous day low. So this is actually the previous day low. Okay, a market is in a consolidated state. You have to wait for price action. You have to wait for price to gain momentum for volume. And if there's going to be a momentum for buy, it's going to change character for the buy. Okay, that is going to help me push for the buy, even if it doesn't have that much potential. But that is something that is going to, because market is on discount. If you push momentum on the buy side, okay, you know that this wants to reject and go bullish. All right, but right about now, this is where you watch a pair like this. Okay, and I think it's the same thing with GBP USD. GBP USD previous day low, same thing, same structure. This has to break before. Now, there is something that I have not really paid attention to teach you guys, okay, but I talk about it most of the time. Okay, I know I talk about price action, and I also know that you know, I made some responsibilities around some trainings that I want to give. I don't want to just train. I want our training to be responsibility based. Okay. But okay, let me see GJ. I think you can all see the noise, yeah. This is all noise. One of the things that I'm really, really, I know with time, okay, you guys are going to learn if you guys are interested. Okay, market outlook. All right. When you hear the word market outlook, what comes to mind? On a good structure for a buy, because why? It changed character. Did this change character? Okay, this move actually changed this character. Okay, this move changed this character. Market. So this is a change of character on a smaller time frame. I think you're gonna start seeing push on the buy side, because why? This move is a change of character. Okay. So because this is a change of character on a bearish move, it has changed character on a buy. It even closed above this area. So that is a bullish momentum. And that is actually a structure. It is now above this lower structure, which makes price very significant. If market rejects this area right now, you're going to still push on it. So on price action, this is actually one area. So I'll tell you this, okay? A very good way to position on this, all right, is for market to break above this. So a snipe above this area on GBP JPY is actually a good one. And the reason it's good, okay, because why? Market is on discount levels. So if it decides to push, beautiful, okay. The side of the bearish, because if this market pushed low right where it is right now, this is the previous day low. There is no potential for the sell except the fact that it's like you want to sell a market that is on discount. All right, it doesn't make sense. Okay, but you want to buy a market that is on discount. So if market breaks above right now, yes, it's on a consolidation. But when you see the momentum, okay, to the previous day high, this is it. It means if market breaks above, you have the potential to grab your 1-to-1, which is your risk value. Okay, for the so this is I would look back. I will look bullish. I'll go bullish on. Wow, it's actually really a bit challenging though. Yeah, 1-to-1 is good. So I'll go bullish on GBP JPY. That is going to be my perspective on GBP JPY. Okay. For price action, this area is going to be suspecting. If a new candle closes at a bullish, all right, that is price action wise. This is a change of character kind of this thing, but You don't play those type of analysis when the market is what's that? US 500. S&P 500 is breaking below. What's the time? New candle is breaking below. Don't eat too much into profit. So if this candle closes below right now, that is our first trade on S&P 500. Okay. So that's my GJ outlook for our GJ lovers. Okay. You like that? This would be I would wait for the market to buy. All right. I'll wait for the market to buy. Same goes to gold. Another buy opportunity on gold is break. This is something I want to really. Okay. Yeah, that's about on our. So let me say something before I get into binary HFX. Majority of traders have problem with learning, majorly because of technically in the technical knowledge side. All right. So there is the money side, there is the finance side of trading, then there is the knowledge side of trading. Okay, technical knowledge, your skill in the market. Then there is the money management, two major parts of trading that are separate. Okay, one can be very good in skill, all right, but not good in money management. Okay, so the learning of money management is another journey in trading that a lot of traders are not really very involved in. Okay, but if I put that aside, there is the knowledge of the skill. Now, there is two major problems that I've been able to identify over the years that affects traders in learning. All right. Number one is called trade stacking, which efficiently bring in the problem of the problem associated with focus. You know, for every discipline, focus brings in an energy of attention. You are paid because of the attention you invest. If your attention is broken, all right, your potential for earning is broken in your learning phase. So a lot of traders have issues, okay, consolidating their practice because they are distracted. Okay, you are accumulating knowledge that is not yours. You're trying to manage knowledge, understand, perfect, but you have an overwhelming information and you're distracted by multiple practice. Example of that is you're looking at too many strategies. You're looking at too many currencies. All right. It affects your judgment and decision. So you're trying to master something you do not have the capacity because you are a student in learning and you have a problem with money. You have a challenge of money. So emotionally, you are deficient because money is the root of all strength in trading. Money is the foundation of all confidence. So you have a problem with money. You are emotionally on the low side, on discount on money. Okay. So one of the things that is supposed to empower your enthusiastic level of learning is low. Your power heart is low. Now you are carrying a burden of too much awareness that's going to affect your decision. Do you think you're going to thrive? Let me know in the chat. I'm just trying to identify. Many of you do not know this psychological problem that is affecting you in trading. I'm just trying to identify it. So you see that you're not confident. You know something you have to do, but you're not confident of doing it. Because why? You're only aware of your psychological display, okay, you're less than between 18 and 25%. That is your awareness level. There is a 75 to 80% that controls more of you that you are not aware of. And those are the things, those knowledge, distraction play in this realm. So when you're distracted, it's playing the realm of 75%. It's controlling you. You may be looking at a currency you want to buy right now, but there's something more controlling you. The excess overwhelming factor of the things you've exposed yourself to. You're looking at too many pairs. You woke up this day and you went to GJ, you went to S&P 500, you went to this. You're behaving like Kenvry. Kenvry has, I don't have a money problem. My power house is stronger than yours. Do you agree with me? So I can be in a field of distraction and I'm not distracted, but you will be. Because why? What emotionally moves you to take a trade is to win. Mine is not to win. Mine is to evolve, to experience, to I'm playful because that's my powerhouse. I gain that power. I'm in control emotionally. So I've delved into my psychological control. I'm in control over 50%. Am I making sense? So when I look at S&P, and guess what? The reason I look at multiple currencies, there is an underlying, so I cannot be distracted because there's another thing powering me, purpose. When I am looking at these pairs, I'm looking at for you, not because I want to trade. So there is the external power of purpose powering me, and there is the internal power of finance powering me. So I can be distracted. And guess what? I spent 8 years of invest in knowledge. So when you see people do things, know that there is a capacity to do things that they do. If you don't have it, you can't get their result. And that is really why I find out it is hard for me to not do what I am doing because I know the underlying problem, but it's almost like the universal place pushing me back to doing what you guys like doing. But a part of me knows that if I continue in this, what you guys like, it is just going to be, it's like moving on the surface of the waters. All right. So I tend to talk because it's my nature to identify problems and I will speak about it, whether I'm the odds are against me. Okay. I'm losing your attention simply because you do not know you're not the one driving yourself. Your subconscious that is being in the phase of this, you like this. Many of you like distraction. So I said all of this to say this. So that's one problem that I've identified. Okay. How many of you got that one problem? You are overwhelmed with the distraction of many. Okay. And I didn't just say that it's a problem. It's a challenge because I gave you all the things. You can do it. So someone will say, Kenry, but you're looking at many things and you're trading multiple trades and you're sitting in the group, right? And you're okay. Yeah, I just told you what powers me. Do you have that? That's a question you should ask yourself. Do you have money power in you? Okay. So money is an emotion. Money is the god of your emotions. If you don't have it, you are in a problem. Okay. So if you do not have it, you want that's wisdom. This is where wisdom comes. There's what we call leverage. You can leverage information. You can leverage attitude. You can behave. It's just like someone poor behaving like they are rich till they become rich. But you're not going to be acting like you're rich. Behaving like you're rich is a mental thing. Acting like you're rich it's an expression thing. Okay, many of you are acting like you are rich rather than behave. Okay, are you guys with me? So I know I've gone into and I was supposed to be, but I can't avoid this part of me. All right. So the second thing is market outlook, the act of focus. So there is a distraction. One thing, there's a problem of distraction. A lot of people also have a problem of focus. They don't know how to be focused. So focus is strength. Write that on the chart. You tap into a universal strength is I won't say spiritual thing. It's a universal thing. When you are focused, you drive universal strength. All right. So you focus on the pair. So there are many weaknesses. You have the weakness of money, all right, and you have the weakness of purpose. You do not have the energy powering you, but you have an internal energy. Okay. The moment you are intentionally fixated on something, a universal law drives power to you. So you can cut distraction by just focusing. You look at a certain pair, you watch its movement with the knowledge of the skill you have, and you tell yourself over the next 3 to 6 months, I want to understand the dynamics of this particular pair. So on your skill level, That's your focus. You focus on that pair, fail with the pair, understand the pair, trade the pair, have a logic, all right, of entry and exit. Okay, do it over the next 3 months, document your data. Okay, and while you're doing it, you are documenting it, you are improving on your. See, I started a couple of months ago, over 8 months ago, the London Breakout Sniper. Okay, since many of you have been following me for over 5 years. Okay, and I believe you can tell I have trained well over 10 strategies for the last couple of years. True or true? For those of you that have followed me that long. True or true? Okay. If you go back to my YouTube, go just search probably 5 years ago from my YouTube, just follow me. You find out that I've trained successful, all my strategies are successful strategies. Okay. All. So I evolve. I'm a price action guy. Okay, but what I've done in price action, I've evolved over the different, because I'm a trainer, so it is in my nature to find solution in price action. So I've been focused on price action, but there has been different variation of price action that I've started with price trap, all right, concept strategy, there is this trend fibs, price action, TFP strategy. Like I've taught so many strategies, market structure, then a variation of market, change of character, market structure shift. Okay. Then we landed right about now in London Breakout Sniper, which is a strategic strategy for traders to learn. So London Breakout Sniper, unlike many of my other strategy, okay, every other strategy has been knowledge based. But London Breaker Sniper happened to have a different field. Okay, because why? It is not just knowledge based, it is conception about trading. And it's solution based. Okay. Man, time. I'm not. Remind me some other day. Let me talk about London Breakout, the concept. Many of you don't understand the concept of what I am trading with you. Okay. But the deeper you understand the concept, the more you're gonna know it's a solution. But are you trading it like it's a solution, or you are trading it like it's a strategy? Okay. So that is why you see over since I started the London Breakout Sniper, the power of focus. I have cut it off. I have cut every other knowledge off, just so I focus on this solution and drive it to perfection. I'm not trading it like it's a strategy. I'm working with the solution it brings. What's the major solution? Many, many problems are attributed to 100% of traders. 90 traders are traders. Only a few are investors. They like trading every day. True or true? Over 95% of, okay, like to trade every day. Only a few like to invest as spot traders, long-term traders. I'm talking about the traders, not the back-end liquidity providers. Okay, so there is this factor where traders are consumed with the emotions of, oh, I want to see daily opportunities to invest in. It's like a job. True or true? That's a problem. True or true? Are you guys with me? So even traders, a trader may come and learn a concept of investment in trading, spot trading, okay, swing trading, but they don't perfect it. Because why? Their problem is they need something, they need everyday 2K. Am I talking to someone? So that is a person problem. So a solution has to align with feeding or moderating that need. So if you want to train someone to be an investor type of trader, you want to show them how to see the market from that type of person. Okay, so that is why I love the market structure is a discipline kind of trading. People are not disciplined. So there's a problem of discipline. So if you want to help people stay disciplined, you want to bring in something rough, surface, gamble-like, all right, interesting, but has a structure. People will buy into that structure, and from there they'll delve into discipline. Do you agree with me? Are you seeing that this the concept? So there's a solution that appeals. So every day you come, you see, we find there's no day you don't find a trade. It's highly you don't find a trade on London Breakout Sniper because the concept of the strategy is a day trading strategy, but inside the concept there's price act. So I've infused price action. I've infused the concept of market structure. That brings this, so it's a solution. It's not just a strategy. Many people are stuck with the strategy, but I am building it as a solution to make you a disciplined trader that focused on the long-term goals of your desire. All right. But so if you do not understand the concept and the solution, you will be stuck in the strategy. And that's what a lot of you people are doing, which is not a bad thing. You will learn from the things you're avoiding over time. Am I making sense? So you can see that I am evolving. Okay. There was a time I was not talking about change of character. There was a time I was not talking about break of structure. But now you see me play that. There was a time I was not even talking about trend. Because why? I am evolving with the solution. The solution is that you guys are not paying attention. I'm helping the concept of the strategy help you pay attention. So you may be stuck with your strategy, but you're going to see as we evolve over time, you're going to see, oh, yeah, I may be winning with this, but I am not growing. So you still have your stock with your old person, but you're just winning with strategy. Okay. And when that strategy is out of it, you did not learn something. Because of this right now, many of you are learning market structure because of London Breaker Sniper. True or true? Many of you are learning price action because of London Breaker Sniper. True or true? And you are learning it in an effective way. Because why? They say where the treasure of a king is heart is there. So I gave you guys a treasure, something that works. So your heart is there right now. Okay. And through that thing, and I'm picking your interest to show you other things that make successful traders. The knowledge. So I talked about market outlook, which is another thing that a layer I'm going to get you guys into if you guys are interested. Okay. Your ability to come make a decision in the market is based on your market outlook. You look at the market and you make a decision. Where do you want to go? Many of you don't know how to do that. You're just interested in what's buying and selling. You are a prostitute of the market and you do not understand that. Okay. You see a market, you're looking out for a snipe. You hear this? Many of you are now obsessed with raw. Okay. You're not growing in the concept. And that's not a problem. That is just a fact kind of thing. How am I going to put it? If you make a decision that you want to grow as a trader, certain things will follow, certain discipline will follow. Many of you have not made a decision that you want to grow as a trader. Your decision is based on you want to make money as a trader. So there's a conflict of interest. Am I talking true? You guys want to hear true? I'm thorough. I'm someone who's thorough. Okay? I can make money with you guys right now. I made a decision. In fact, I didn't want to talk. I'm tired of talking. All right. I'm trying to go silent, but every spirit in me is trying to say, you're not built for this. But you guys are trying to silence me. And one of the decisions I made before I said I wanted to come and do an announcement. I said, this phase, we're phasing out of this phase. I'm actually closing out on this phase we are in right now because I am getting fed up. I'm getting tired of the fact that why would somebody without interest be more interested in your interest? It doesn't make sense. You guys are interested in becoming successful traders, but someone is without interest. I'm without interest. I'm already a successful trader without interest. I'm more interested in your interest. It doesn't so every day I invest in your interest. All right. I'm curious. If I'm not seeing your drive in your own interest, something is wrong with the foundation. And sometimes I suspect myself that am I contributing to that foundation because they say there is a law in the universe. Okay. In fact, I actually said before I made this decision, I said I was going to cancel my mentor. I want to say there's something he has advised me not to do that I'm doing right about now, and I'm giving him reason. I'm giving myself reason for doing it. I want to bring it back to him. I'm a very, very okay. I've come these years to play more on intentional truth rather than the facts of business. Okay, I have a drive in me. I want to build the the most sensitive, sensational environment or trading that is based on truth. Okay. That is my drive. But the opposition of the odds is crazy, fam. Sometimes I have sleepless nights wondering, why is there so much opposition from the same people that wants liberation? There's so much opposition. People don't show up. People don't follow instruction. People are not accountable. They are like, we have mental zombies driven by the drive of money. Because you want to earn money today, you're not willing to grow. Like, I'm asking myself, why does this thing about today so depriving about the future? So many people have access. So the problem is not access, because over the last 4 months, I think way over that, I've been giving you guys access to pure knowledge. Have I not been doing that? Like pure, irrefutable access, premium access. I give it, like, I poured out myself, like I turned the other side of me, and I'm giving you guys pure access to knowledge. But I am looking at for proper accountability and growth pattern in the matrix. And I'm seeing that there is this zombie-like direction move. Everybody is going in a direction, almost everybody actually. And I'm asking myself, Kenry, do you want to continue in this phase? And the answer is no. I'm strategically going back to the drawing board, and I say, okay, what I need to restructure. So that's why I'm saying, I told myself if I came on the session, this phase is going up. Okay, I got you, but maybe in another way. Because I had a counsel. There is a price to pay for success. Because you guys are not paying it, you're not seeing the value. I don't know if you know that's true. This is 100% true. Because you are not paying the price, you are not seeing the value. And this is a principle thing. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to override the laws and principles of success, which is, the more I hit this wall of the odds, I'm seeing that that's what I'm doing, and I'm trying to, okay, there are people who their future here depends on the price they need to pay, not the knowledge they get access to. Because many of you are not paying. You know, one of the things I gave myself as an illusion, because I gave myself as I'm speaking, I talk to myself. What you're doing right now, it goes against some of the laws of the universe. Okay. They say there's a principle that says if the wealth of this world is divided amongst everybody, in 4 years, it's going to come back to just 6%. Do you guys heard about that? What is the root of that? Do you guys know? It's a principle thing. All right. Many people spend, many don't invest. The idea of success is built on your investment of sowing. Okay, people do not know how to sow, they know how to spend. All right. So that same law is affecting what are you sowing or what you will spend tomorrow. Many of you are not sowing effectively. And one of the strongest sowing factor in the laws of money, okay, is anything you purchase is an exchange of, there's a return on value for every purchase. You get the best value when there is power of purchase. That is why data will always show you. There are people today who invest in courses, and it is not the value of the course that grows them, it's the value of their seed. All right. That is why you will go to YouTube, you find free stuff, but someone will go and meet someone and pay thousands of dollars to learn something. The power of attainment is not in what you are learning, it is what you sold for the return of value. So I'm breaching that because I gave myself an illusion. Many of you have paid your price. You have wasted money. You have done these things, but you've not gotten value. So I'm telling myself, let me help. So I'm using the past to get into the future, But the truth is, the price you paid was ignorance. You spent money. Now I realize on many of you spent money and you did not, there was a problem of getting value for that money you spent. Because you're doing it in a free plan, you're doing the same thing. Many of you are doing the same thing. You don't know how to get value because your intentions, okay, are driven towards lack. You lack money, so you're driven towards money. Why don't you just think about growth? So I'm asking, how can people grow? So people still need to invest in growth, and God is going to help us with a very, very beautiful plan for us to achieve that. But I'm just letting you guys know that just so there's a major problem. The problem is not trading. The problem is not knowledge. There's this aware phase. So two things I just shared with you guys this morning is there's problem of trade stacking. You're overwhelmed with distractions because of the too many things you're exposed to. Then there's problem of focus. Okay. You need to tap into focus. Now I give you guys different variation. That doesn't mean you should practice different variation. Focus on one, leverage the others. Okay, I call trade ideas. How many of you have accounts for my trade ideas? And you say this particular account for this idea, I take nothing, I take no instruction. I take no instruction for myself. When this market inside breaks above, I'm just going to enter. When it breaks below, I'm going to enter and see your result over a period of 3 months. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge your losses. Neither you also judge your wins. Just focus on getting result based on the structure. Do you think I'm doing well as a trader for the signals or the ideas I'm sharing with you? Let me know in the chat feedback. So if you want to be competitive, leverage me while you focus on yourself. I like the fact that over time, I've been seeing Mr. Giles trading Euro USD. I've been seeing Chris, all right, trading NAS, but I also see him trade GJ. So I can still see his trade crowded a bit. But if he has the management of structuring the account over different portfolio, that is a good thing. But at the same time, I also want to know that there's an overwhelming factor if there's a problem of money, okay, and there's a absence of purpose. So if you've been able to tap into my discipline of instructions that, okay, you reduce the overwhelming nature when you have the money to manage the knowledge, okay? So likewise, some of you other guys, I already know Blessed, these guys, they cancel with me, Blessed, Samson, they cancel with me on their trading account, okay? They tell me what they trade and they've been focused. So I don't see them doing what outside. But many of you, I don't know you. You are not accountable, despite the fact that I've offered an opportunity for you to be accountable. You are just trading. You're not guided. You're just looking for opportunity to make money, and you're losing time doing so. I just need you to wake up, all right? Because this phase where you can hear this voice, get this guidance, is closing out. Okay, be definite about your 2026. Does that make sense? All right. So have an account for leverage, have an account for leveraging me. And if you want to do that very well, so you need to invest in your trading. Okay, invest account. Now, I brought you guys a broker that you guys can see. We had the 2026 blueprint. You guys are kidding. You guys are joking. I see someone who's running. Okay, we had a 2020, and I told you guys you need to invest in the setup phase where you master the act of doing 10%. You don't know how to do it. You have to try it to do it. You need account. And trust me, demo won't cut it. Okay? Many of you have gone past the phase of demo. You are in an emotional practice phase. You need to practice lose and wins. Align with your strategy. This is not demo trading. After demo trading, there's practice. You will also come back to this practice. Okay? So what you have to do is invest something you can lose. So if you get an evaluation account, that's limited money. Imagine you getting a 10K account. It's how much is a 10K account, blessed, on 10 trade? And they are running on a promo right now, 20% off. Okay. Other brokers in the industry, they do 10%. Okay. What you have to do, 10K is $108. That's a 10K evaluation account. Why did I say evaluation? Test your emotions, test your prowess. Don't try to win. Don't try to pass the account. Pass your discipline. 10K is for the life. Evaluation is 108. Get an evaluation. Get 3 evaluation account. Okay. So for those of you who like currency, dedicate one for currency. Okay. Now dedicate one for your trades. Because at the end of the day, I want you to start practicing. Oh, which currency do you like? Which of the variation are you trading? Okay. Then start practicing it. Be less judgmental. Don't try to win. Don't judge yourself based on your ability of account growth, but rather, are you doing a discipline? What variation are you trading? Can you go back on your trade and you say, oh, I'm a LBS change of character, I'm a LBS break of structure, and you are doing that effectively, and you use that to pass an account, you can never lose confidence if you do so. But if you only take trying to pass the account, you're going to compromise. Because why? Someone may just send a trade and be like, ah, this trade is good, everybody's taking it, and you get in. You are the word is not coming out, but many of you know you are victims of this. Okay. Any small thing, you're just looking for trades. No, the goal is not to pass the account. No, prostitute is even less, is deeper. All right. You're gonna be hearing motherfucking this. No, but that's not my language. That's the word that came to my brain, but I say that's not my language. Okay. Focus is what I sell to you today. Focus comes with a discipline. And one of the strongest aspects of discipline is what? Decision. Set a structure of decision. Decide what you want to do about the account and only do it for the next three months. When I tell you these things, there's something about it that doesn't really benefit me in any way. Because the moment you figure it out, there's a part of you that goes independent. It means I'll probably not be part of your life again. And that is a good thing. It doesn't benefit me, benefit my purpose. And purpose driven. Many of you just be liberated. You'll be a better person when you know how to figure these things out on your own. The only thing is you have to drive the power and energy of community. So some of you that are in this group already now, you are trading effectively. I see what Chris is doing. I see what Mr. Giles is doing. You are a better trader now. Bless. I see what some of you are doing right now. You do not really need me to make your decisions every day. Am I correct? Because now you've done it to an extent, you see that, wow, I'm better in the decision. I'm confident. Okay. I'm more confident than I used to be. I'm no more, see, guess what? We are not allies in vision. You do not need me for the education anymore because I have helped you with what you need to stand tall. But there's something else you're benefiting. It's called energy. There's the energy of a mentor that drives you. Community and leadership is your structure for growth. You lower your burden and you tap into it's obedience, it's a principle. You stay in an environment. So you are getting the blessing of staying in an environment and having the leadership of someone that has a direction. It's not because of the education or the skill anymore. Am I correct? That's the truth. Okay. That's the truth. I can't sell anything to you except if the next thing I'll sell to you that you buy effectively where right now. Okay. When I'm not doing this, is to sell a relationship mentorship where you just stay attached to, just like I have right now. I have relationship mentorship. I stayed attached to them for years. They don't do all these things I'm doing, but when I want to cancel, I have access. It's called relationship mentorship. I paid for it because there are certain decisions that I want to delve into. I need that. So that is not because of skill anymore. Many of you are getting to that level. All right. But at least what I've given you guys, take advantage of it. Does this make sense? I take advantage of it. It is liberating to be free as a trader, not move or tossed with the doctrine of I want to make money. Because at the end of the day, you will not make the money and you will lose hope if you continue on trying to make the money. But feel something is missing when there is no session with you. It's called emotional attachment. All right. Many of you are getting emotionally attached to my voice. Not because of what I'll teach you, but because I've sown seeds in you. And these seeds, they need watering. So they are alive. So you just want to hear me. You just want to hear, it's a natural thing about life. Okay, there are some voices that have affected you, that have been invested in you. You just want to be watered with those voices before they become trees. So that is what you're doing. That's the phase. It's not because of training. You don't come, many of you don't come here because of what I want to teach in the market. You come here because many of you enjoy this talk I'm talking right now than the HFX. That's why I'm not going to trade HFX again. I spend the time that I want to use to trade HFX, all right, to cancel you guys. And how many of you feel that is more healthy? Okay, because I'm not going to have a session with you guys tomorrow. I just decided to invest. See, there's a price for everything I do. I'm intentional. Okay, but sometimes I'm moved by the spirit. It's not money you need. You, I say this again with all truth. Every one of you here, you are rich. There's a billionaire in you. There's a millionaire in you. There's a thousandaire in you, and there's a broke person in you. Who are you working on? Who are you feeding? That is what's going to reflect. The billionaire will reflect when you feed it with the billionaire concept and billionaire drive. Millionaire will reflect work ethics. The thousandaire will reflect work ethics. Who you are investing is who is going to grow. The broke man will grow when you work broke ideas, broke concept. Whoever you want is in you. You're not trying to become a stranger. You will always become yourself. So my idea is I'm going to be here. For the next 3 years, many of you won't be here, depending on who you feed. Okay. Just wake up every day with an intention. I told you guys in the last session, sit yourself, sit your ass down, look at the mirror and have a conversation and a relationship with yourself. You know why? If you're not in direct harmony, positive harmony with the person that wants to become you, you are in war. Many of you are in war with yourself, but you want to become successful, but you are in war. You don't know you. So I love myself. I spend time with myself. I listen to myself. I obey myself. And if I do those things, when we both go into the universe and we face opposition, we're in alignment. There's a strength that I derive because why? The inner self in me that God resides, I am in relationship with that person. Okay. And that is one of the concepts I gave you guys on the last call. Wasn't the last call I told you guys? Is it a general call? Was it a general call? Blessed, was it a general call or was internal? Okay, yeah, it was a general call. It was a call meant for, that's the one I did on Sunday. It was a call meant for my student in mentorship, but I opened it up for everyone. But guess what? Many of you didn't show up. Okay. All right. Any question? So how many of you think about what you heard right now? I missed this, but I'm happy I did this. I didn't want to do this before. Okay. I was trying to quiet my voice. I've been struggling, but I found that I've struggled. Anytime I try to not quiet my voice, I struggle a lot. I even struggle in my personal life. Okay, that's let's see. S&P 500. See now I've talked. Okay, okay, rejected. Whoa. Okay, that's why none of you spoke. Wow. Wow. So okay. Something is this news? So I told you GBP I'll buy. So you guys see that at the end of the day, my silent voice is playing out in the market in ways okay, no, this is not GBP. Okay, I told you guys I'll buy in GBP. It's about to close. All right. So this is why I told you guys. Have you guys found over time that at least over 70% of the time, my market outlook that I share with you guys play out eventually? True or true? And some people say it's magic. Some people think it's extra knowledge. Some people think it's just a thing with my spirit. No, it's a skill. It is based on, yes, it's based on knowledge, but you can never know this knowledge. You can never know everything about this market. Okay. So some people feel it's perception. No, there's nothing about me perceiving the market. Everything is a template of knowledge. So when I look at the market, I look at liquidity. Where is liquidity right now? There's so much liquidity on this downside. It's called discount. There's so much liquidity on this side. Market, every liquidity has a magnet. Okay. There is a concept of every investor. They want potential, the best, they invest in the best potential side of the market. There are only two sides of the market, either buys or sell. So when I look at the market and the liquidity is driving, so there is bullish liquidity here and there is bearish liquidity here and here. Which side has the strongest market? Which side has the strongest magnet? This is already close. When the market was here, it was already close to the floor. So the magnet of the floor is not affecting. But if they release volume, right, this magnet is stronger. So there is a concept that I look, potential is the concept for my decision more than sentiment. Okay. So I can be patient for sentiment and it always plays out. When this liquidity provider wakes up in the morning, they want to rob you because they believe they give you sentiment as drones for your robotic emotions. But what they really do, okay, they mop at the side or they move the market to the side, there is liquidity so that they can grab those liquidity and close the data for the day as profit. Where money is where market drives. Never forget that. So that is the concept of my decision in the market. It's not a skill, it's just an awareness. Okay, every one of you are into commerce, you are into business. All right. If there is a market that there's the sales of a particular item, utility item, okay, and it is, you always like to buy cheaper. True or true? It's a concept of commerce. You buy low to sell high. So one of the things you guys are doing in trading, you are trading like a thief when you ought to be trading like a trader. They call it trading. What is trading? Who is a trader? Someone that buys and sells, buys to sell. The real trader is the one that buys to sell. So it's a market. Someone is purchasing this at a value and selling at a value. That is what is happening in Forex trading. Many of you don't know. You are a trader. And what is the mindset of a trader? Buy low and sell high. Am I correct? Okay. Buy low and sell high. So when you buy a market and you exit TP, you sold. You bought a commodity and you sold it to the market. You are a trader. Understanding this mindset will change everything. But what you think is you take trades, you participate in trading without being a trader, understanding that, oh, anytime I should buy low and sell high. Now, when you sell, you are actually buying a commodity at a price. Everything you do in the market is a purchase. You're buying. So I could literally tell you this. Everything you do in the market is buying. So GBP USD, you had Naira or you had money in your account. GBP USD is at one point. GBP sold this price for this price. Okay, £1 is $3. And you bought that price. In the Forex market, it is called sell. But in trading, you bought at that price. True or true? So where would you buy a market that is inflated? When it at its peak of inflation. True or true? This is another training. This is another in-depth Forex I'm giving you guys, right? Many of you never understood Forex from this perspective. So the concept of say you're actually buying for everything you do in the market, you're buying, you're purchasing, you're trading. So you want to buy high, okay, to sell low. And you want to buy low to sell high. Both is buying. Put 100 on the chart if you just got a new knowledge of Forex. So when you understand this concept as a trader, you will not just pick price anywhere you like. You don't allow the candle dictates your decision. You trade as someone that have money. Okay, where would I buy? Where would I buy to release a sell? Where would I buy commodity to release a buy? See, you have to understand this concept. So that is why when market is on discount, this is where people effectively buy price. When market is on premium, this is where people effectively buy to sell. Does that make sense? Okay. So when you understand this concept, your decision, this is the focus I'm taking. That's why I'm giving you guys a knowledge of market outlook is to see where market is. So where market is, okay, where would I buy? Because you want to sell, you will sell eventually. It's like buying crypto. If you buy Solana right now, opportunity was given to every one of us. Okay, Bitcoin came at its lower price. Many of you didn't buy. You were looking at candles, you were looking at sentiment. But people picked Bitcoin at 60, 66. It got into 50 something, right? 66. Imagine you pick that price. And you say, oh, I picked at 66. I bought one Bitcoin and you sold within how many days you made about what, $6,000 or $7,000 because you picked a discount and you sold at inflation. No, it has not actually gotten to inflation. It's still at discount. It's about 70 something thousand, all right? That is how people in the Forex market think. But you have to understand the outlook of price. That is why market outlook, market insight is to give you market outlook. What is the market? Where is it right now? So when you have the mindset of outlooking where you want to invest in, you make better decisions. That is why you see that many of you are benefiting more from market insight than trade signals. True or true? Be very honest with yourself. Because why? I get to give you a market outlook perspective to trading. Okay. I'm giving you guys the concept of many of you never know what was discount, what was premium. Okay. What was range? But because of market insight, I am getting to show you it's not, the market can sell, but if it is, so I told you guys right now, okay, the sentiment can break the low and start going sell. And you'll be like, oh, I missed it. Oh, Kenry, we don't know. No, the reason I don't want to sell is because the market is on discount. There is no return on investment for my inflation. The market is already on discount. If I sell, why would I sell a market at a discounted price? I'm supposed to be buying. So hence, I would want the market to align with my buy on discount. So when it phase off, let's say it breaks, GBP decided to go down, break that low, okay? I would check for price action to give me a range of premium level. Okay, let it break down. Okay, then let it come back up to the level of price action. Then I will know that, oh, this area is a discount level because now it is no more a floor. It has broken up. That place has become a ceiling. So when price comes there, I want to buy high to sell low. That is the concept of price action. It's not just entry, selling, let me enter. You are a crazy prostitute with no brains. If you do not stop that, you kill yourself without even understanding the concept of what? Trade. Am I making sense? Let's all repent. It's deep. There's so much money for you to make in this market. Everyday money is flowing through your windows. Okay, but only if you know how to open the windows and shut it, all right, so that the storm doesn't consume you. Be in charge. The whole idea of this conversation is to allow you to be in charge. So market outlook is another, I may create a course for market outlook. What do you guys think? I actually wanted to give it for free, but now I want to create a course for it so that you guys paid for it. How many of you want to pay for the course? It's actually $1,000. Now you guys know the value of market outlook, right? In it, we have price action, range, liquidity points. Every bit of the pieces I've given to you guys is going to be in it, a total cost. Okay, maybe for 1,000 or 1,500. Only those who are qualified for it will get it. Even if you have the money, I want to know. If you say you want to pay, I would say, are you ready? Are you sure? No, no, no. You'll be a prostitute. You can't use this. You don't need it. What do you guys think? We'll be fine, right? All right. That is about my time for you guys today. See you guys next week. Any question? Do you guys have any question for the week? Okay. Uh, I had some announcement that I want to make, but because I've switched mode, all right, I've switched my energy, so I'm going to hold on to those announcements. And I'm just looking within the group right now. I'm watching out for a couple of things. I'm watching out for a couple of people. I'm watching out for a couple of activity to make my decision for March. I'm in March right now, but I've not made my decision for March. All right. There are certain things that I've put in place for the year. I'm actually building the foundation. Okay. And what I am doing is an expression of that foundation. But we have phases, and we're moving into our next phase in the same March by the grace of God. Okay. So when I'm doing this intentional, I just want you guys to know that there's so much benefit for it. You ought to be winning. Okay. But one of the things that probably stopping your winning are these little things that comes with the seats. All right. Whenever I ask, do you have questions? I'm digging in. All right. Some of you are swallowed up by so much confusion in trading. You are swallowed up with so much incompetence and lack of confidence. Some of you have risk management problems. What are there are so many of them. Some of you have a problem of reading the chart. How many of you have a problem of reading the chart? When you look at the chart, you do not understand what to do. Someone needs to give you an idea of what to do before you can. Okay. Some of you have a major problem of well, okay, let me use the word. I take all the word problems, I replace it with the word challenge or conflict with holding on to your trades. Whenever your trade is in profit, you are afraid. Okay. It's almost like this profit will not last. Let me just take it now that I see it. Be very honest. How many of you have that problem, that challenge? Now that I see it, let me just take it to. I know I'm going for 100, but 50 at hand is better than nothing. If you have that challenge, you are in the worst trouble. That is a worse trouble than lack of knowledge in itself. That phase, everybody goes through that phase. You see, that phase is a cancer. And some people try to live with it. But you don't live with a cancer, you eliminate it. And everything that I've been doing with you is structured to eliminate the attitudes and characteristics of these cancers if you follow through the plan. So there's a problem of psychology. There's a problem. There's a challenge. There's a problem actually of trading psychology. There's a challenge of market psychology, and there's a challenge of personal psychology. I did that training. That was what I did on Sunday, right? Was it on Sunday? That many of you missed. Okay. And the reason I do it is so you understand that trading money, there is a part of market psychology, there's the part of uh, your personal psychology affects, it's related to your money psychology. The reason you are poor is not because you do not have, a lot of people lack money. Let me use the word lack money. Okay, it's not because there is the lack of resources or lack of opportunity. It's psychology. That's why I call it money philosophy. Many of you, your money philosophy is off. You're losing money in the market, not because you're not seeing good trade opportunity. It's because your money philosophy has a ceiling. You have the fear of becoming rich, but you don't even know. That is why you're winning and you're scared. Why would you be scared when you're winning? You're supposed to be euphoric. Why won't you explore winning? Why would you reject it? Do you think that is a skill problem or is a philosophy issue? You're winning. There's supposed to be this part of you, that drive that win more. Yeah, let me see more of this. But rather, how would I look? Yeah, man, I did this yesterday. Oh, I saw this blue, but I didn't see it again. It came to hit my stop loss. So because of that, you validate not holding on to the win. I mean, of this is happening to you. I'm just talking reality. So whenever I say, do you guys have questions? I expect people to bring their hearts. I expect people to be transparent, dig deep. What's your challenge? Did you have the mirror with you, a self mirror, and you talk? I said one of the things I said you should do into the mirror. Talk about your challenges. So if you identify your challenges, see, you guys are you're sleeping. Ask a question. Sometimes asking a question is not a reflection of what you just learned. It's a reflection of what's going through here. If you do not tell it or seek solution, who will help you? But you're living with that thing. You're trying to live with a disease when you ought to be seeking opportunities to eliminate it. So now ask the question again. How many of you are scared of making money? Because there's a solution for it. Oh, nobody's scared of making money. Okay, let me ask you a way that, how many of you are in blues? You feel not confident of holding on to wins. That's actually be the scare. So when we say the first time I heard of the fear of success, I never really understood it. Okay. Until I think trading expressed it more for me. So that feeling of you are in blues or your trade is winning, you set a TP and you had that was your decision before you came in. But as the trade is in blue, you're watching the trade. You weren't paying attention to the trade. When the trade was in entry, was just consolidating, you weren't paying attention. But the moment it got into blues and it's getting close to your TP, every emotion of you was a reason to that trade. You are now watching that trade to just exit. You're praying for that trade to hit the TP. How many of you do that? And sometimes you just say, this candle is going back, and you just leave the trade. How many of you do that? You guys don't want to talk to me. There's something I want to say. If you guys don't want to talk, I know what's happening. Okay, guess what? 90% of us are scared of winning. Now, winning has levels. It's life. You guys don't know. The reason I'm asking, even me, I still have fears of winning. Because why? There are levels I have not won. The pressure creates doubt, fears, until I'm certain I'm not in control. What do I do to be in control? That is what I want to unveil to you guys. So you guys are telling me you're not scared of winning. But I do know you are scared of winning. So it's not a faith thing, it's an objective thing. All right. You are less in control when you are in blues. Okay. But you are more in control when you're in lesson. You objectively see the market well. You want to see, okay, there's another liquidity point here. Okay, I can either enter here again or draw my stop loss. You're more objective and in control when you're negative. I'm true or true. But you're more erratic. You just want to leave the market when you're winning. How can this go? You're prayerful, you're applying faith. All right, your heart is racing. Why would your heart be racing when what you like is happening? You guys don't understand that. Everything is a reflection and a mirror to show you the state of self. Why there are people, boom, when this thing eventually start moving, oh, boom, boom, yes, push, come on, you can do it. It's another energy, but yours is, oh, just continue on this. So, hey, yes, it's moving, you're more silent. You know, when I was trading binary option, I saw it a lot. When I ask, how's it going? Some people just let this trade, let's 5 minutes just close first before Cambridge, before I answer you, let this 5 minutes just close first. It's when it close. Oh, yes, I won. But when the trade, who's on this trade, you are not answering. It's 3 seconds to go. You're, oh, let it just close. You're scared. That's a challenge you need to identify. So while a lot of people are trying to find blue opportunity, I'm trying to solve that part of me that I'm not in control. The more you solve that part of you that is not in control, the more you become objective and in control of the market. Now, I cannot control what the market will do, but my emotions control what I get. You want to write that statement down and meditate on it. None of us can control what the market will do. But if you allow what the market is doing to affect your emotions will result in your experience. If you have negative emotion, that fears, worries, your result will be that of worries. Okay. But if you have a static, intelligent, vibrant emotions, your result will be that of good. So what I do objectively, market is helping me see conditions. So Cambridge, so that is a part of me. I may not actually be outward with it, but I understand that is a part of me. What do I do? All right. So I told you guys, the training that I'm giving you before, okay, going back to document your experience. Your winning document logically will become your attitude. If you've taken a trade 100 times and you won 70, for every you always see 14. If you come to take the trade the next day, would you be afraid of buying or selling? Would you be afraid of the outcome if you've already seen it? Because you know every time, for every time I'm likely to win, all I need to and let it go. Stay trade already invested. I know that the case 20 investment, 10 to 14 will likely show up. So I don't care the outcome of today. I just find the trades of today. So I'm not, when it's in blue, beautiful. When it's in red, I'm learning. The outcome does not move me, the state of my mind, because I know the outcome is not in one trade, it's in 20 trades. That is logical control. But it is based on experience. You have to expose yourself to the wins loss to find that data. Many of you are finding winning data. That is why you're emotional about today's trade. All right, you're emotional about entry. When you've entered the trade, every of your sensation is in that direction. But when I enter a trade that's in blue and it's coming to the other side, I'm watching out. Is he effectively going to do that? Because why? I have two opportunities every day. So I'm logical. I have grown. The blessing that I've had in trading over these years happened when I became this sensitive to logic than emotions. My sensitivity has been replaced by logic. And that is a thing that needs to happen to you to kill this cancer of result. So when a trade is in profit, I don't. So sometimes I switch my trade. Okay. Well, I see that the trade is moving and I can switch my trade to give it more option to win. I've broken even. I just want to experience what will happen and I document that. Okay. Now, this is going to come back to money management or money expectations. It is easy for me to do this because I do not depend on the outcome of trading for today. That's why I have an account for every practice. It's investment. Okay. For anybody who wants to make money in trading, you have to invest money. Invest money to experience. So I have accounts that I defaulted in. There's an account I actually wanted to open for 1 to 3. At some point, I switched it to 1 to 1 because that period I told you that I had a mess. Okay, it affected me, and I just switched back to 1 to 1. All right, but I'm restarting or resetting that program. I want to see because I do see trades that I trade and I move 1 to 1. So I want to dedicate an account for just one. If I take the trade 1 to 3, period, I'll leave it. These are exposures. So if you are fixated on your wins, you'll not benefit from this. I promise you. There's so much. I want to see some of you give me results that will shake me. All right. And you guys will have it if you just listen long enough. So I just told you how to cure that cancer. Is reputation. Build a reputation of success, a reputation of loss, a reputation of win. You find out that when you're about to win, you're not going to be moved by the fear of losing because you've won. You're just trying to see it play out. Okay. Does that make sense? So I'll see you guys being accountable. I'll see you guys being enthusiastic. All right. I'll see you guys winning and learning and experience. And I'll see you guys energy. All right. Rise up. Okay. So we play a major role. Let me see what happened to this. So GJ didn't break above. Okay. So gold is yet to break above. So gold actually sniped. Okay. But it's not above. S&P 500. Okay. S&P 500 broke above. So I said S&P 500 breaks above. It's just that the reason I wouldn't like this, okay, is it ate too much. I told you the buy. I'm not too interested in the buy. And now this ate too much into my profit level. So market is on premium high. Yeah? Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm still going to watch this market. If it retests and close the 15 minutes, that could actually be a break and a retest price action wise, and you can go for it. If it retests this area right now, hold and closes above, that's going to be a trade. That could help you get in on this trade. But I'm not too interested, but that is a trade for today. Okay. I think this is going to buy, but previous level. So no opportunity that much. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, it's been a privilege to have shared this week with you in value. Okay. Share your experience about the score, your promises, your intentions, and what you're going to do about the lessons you guys have gained. I'll see you guys next week.